Hey, welcome back to my channel. I know enough to be dangerous farm. My name is Rob. Today we're going to do a tool review. We're going to do a name brand and kind of a, let's call it a white label brand. So here in front of you, we are a functioning tree farm and we need, clippers all the time, pruners, whatever you want to call them. A lot of times, there's a lot of clipper action in the fall when we're making Christmas wreaths and when we're out in the field sometimes. But um, I just wanted to try one of these power clippers. I just wanted to try one of these power clippers, and most of the time, I am brand loyal. You've seen my other tools, and I like to buy name brand because they did the R&D and all that stuff. And the Chinese stuff, I just don't think it's fair that they just clone our stuff, but or other people's stuff. But most of the time when I do this is to see if I'm actually going to use the tool. Am I actually going to use something like this versus something like this? I can put this in my pocket, out in the field, clippity clip. I have another one with a holster. These aren't, my opinion, these aren't practical for like little stuff. But when you're sitting at the bench and you're making greens for this, this is just, you know, demonstration purpose. We wouldn't make a wreath out of this, but clipping all this off for greens, because most of the time we just bring in a overgrown tree or a tree that has bad shape or diseased on parts of it, and we'll use the greens to make a Christmas wreath. We can't use it for anything else. So that's pretty time consuming to do it like this for 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. Doing like that, your hand gets a little cramped. And I just wanted to know would I actually use it. So I bought this thing. They come like this. It had a little rubber guard, basically not a nice one like this that you would put it on after each use and not hurt yourself. This one just comes like this. It had a rubber piece that I'm guessing is just for shipping purposes, but it doesn't have anything else to protect it when you're not using it. So one thing you can see is the size difference. Let's compare apples to apples, I guess. These do not come with a battery. They are designed to use the Dewalt battery, and that's how they phrase themselves. With some of those ads, you'll look up Dewalt trimmer thinking you want something like this, and then this comes up, and it looks, it doesn't say DeWalt on it, but obviously it's got the same color scheme. So if you're not paying attention, you might get this when you're trying to order something like that for DeWalt, but DeWalt does not make something this small. Anyways, I wanted to know if I was actually gonna use it during season. So I got one of these. This is 39 bucks, maybe free shipping if you're an Amazon Prime. And this is like, I think it's like 250 bucks now, maybe 269 or something. Um, I don't think this comes with a battery either for that price. So if it does, it'll come with one of the little two watt ones, but or 2 amp ones. This one does not come with a battery, and it says that, and that's why it's $39. But it does fit. That's one of the reasons I got this color is because I have a million of these batteries, DeWalt batteries, and that fits right on there, and it will work with a DeWalt battery. But that brings me to a point of, the size. It does matter, and this is a little bit more rugged. But on the other hand, size is not always what you want. Now, I would never bring this out into the field. One, it's almost $300, and two, it is just bulky because this will fit in like a drill holster, um, but still, this will not shut off closed, which that would be kind of cool if it shut off closed, but it doesn't. The other thing is what I don't like about this one is you turn it on. I guess I'm an impatient person, but you know, it takes a bit to turn it on as we wait. You gotta wait for the beep. I don't know how many seconds this is, but see that's a lot of time. And as far as speed goes, it's right there. It's not the fastest, either one of them are the fastest thing, but you really don't want that. When you're going along clipping, you don't want it super fast just for safety reasons. And this is about the size that, we're clipping, I don't know, that's about a quarter of an inch diameter. This is more of a half to 3/4. Um, so let's see if it does a 3/4. It does. I know this one will. That one strains a little bit more on 3/4, but you wouldn't be cutting that size all day long. It'd be more like this size. Um, so they're both the same speed. They'll cut relatively the same thing. This one has a little light on the bottom for low light situations. I don't know if I want to be cutting anything low light with my hand there, but it does shut off. But it does stay active. You grab it, it has a little safety. You flip that down, and it'll go when you need it to go. The problem I have with this is I'm clipping, then putting a bundle together, putting that to the side, and then it'll shut off by itself. And you saw how long it takes to come back on. I'm sure that's for battery life and everything, and it does have a cool little display and how many times you've actually used it. I don't know why you'd want to know that, but it's kind of cool. But it does say battery life, but most DeWalt batteries, you know, have this little deal. So that doesn't, I don't care, man. If you could just shave another $5 off and not have an LC, or shave another $5 off, not have that display, it'd be kind of cool. But we've used both. I've used this one for 3 seasons. I've used this for one. It still works. And if I was going out in the field, this is the one I'd throw in the truck because it's $39. I'm not using this in the field because it's 300. So it's going to depend on how you're using it and how much you're using it for. Both will do the job. This is $39 without a battery. This is almost 300 without a battery. So it's your call. This one does come with a little handy cover for protection, which I'll probably lose that if it was out in the field. But being in the shop making Christmas wreaths, it you know, see, this one's already shut off, and then it takes a while to come back on. But it does the job. So again, I like supporting the brands I support. So the only reason I bought this to see if I would actually use something like this. So that's why I went ahead and made the investment on this. And I'm assuming I'll have this forever. And this one will go when it goes, but it's suited its purpose. It was like, um, you know, R&D for me. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but R&D for me, whether I'd use it or not. So they both get a thumbs up, I guess. So that's today's review. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you again next time. Thanks for watching.